It is spring 1937 in Spain. The Republic has conquered most of the country and held the north. They have held the Badajoz area, which is very, very difficult. I've never been able to do that late. Extremadura. You can see early on that, so the turn is turn 4, April to June 1937. We already deployed the forces. The industry was pretty strong still for the Republic. The manpower is up there for both players. They still have half of their gold reserves. The resources are still open in the sense that they could still deploy more resources in the turn. And incredibly, their morale was very high, and the morale of the nationalists was low. So the events for this quarter, April to June 1937, one thing happened. Emilio Mola actually did die because his plane crashed on the route to Vitoria. That was not too bad for the nationalists. Of course, Franco was already in power. He had the 4 stars already by then. But another thing happened. We rolled the 4, and there were uprisings in Barcelona by the CNT. So we placed the purple disc over 3 CNT units in Barcelona, which means now they are at war with the Republic. And for them to take back Barcelona, they have to fight them. Okay? And they temporarily lost 20 industry points for that reason. But that's okay. But that's okay because we know that they have so much power, the Republic has, and so many armies deployed. Well, they have a reasonable amount, and they have a lot of money that they could easily put 1 or 2 armies here and strike and reconquer Barcelona. And that was the mistake that the Reds made. The north started being under attack. Some of these forces that are now spent were there attacking the north. And although the Republic was able to defend it, it got completely depleted. What happened was that Prada was there defending, and even El Campesino, and they both lost all their forces, and in fact they are on probation. So that wasn't good. So even though they won the fight there and they were able to defend, we know that unless they put more troops there, it's an exercise in futility. The nationalists will easily conquer that, as they had already indeed conquered Bilbao. And because of that fight there and in other places, and also because of the center there, we thought we spent a lot of money. The Red players spent a lot of money deploying all their troops available. So they had 3 armies there available to deploy. So that's 12 times 3, 36 plus 4. They had 2 reinforcements pieces there, so that was 36, 56 credits right there from finances to deploy all those troops. So that was the first mistake they made. They over-deployed. Just because you have all this power and you're on a roll and you conquer this whole area doesn't mean that, they got a little bit greedy and they just deployed everything. And that depleted their finances considerably. They had no more tokens at that time, and so they would have to rely on getting the right card to be able to get rid of one of their gold reserves. That card never came, and so they were ready to... One of the things they did, they put Modesto here with the army of the Levante, ready to strike with a lot of, 2 reinforcement layers here, ready to strike at Barcelona. And he even had his special flag, which means that he would have complete dice roll, no fractions, and he would just attack. Most likely Barcelona would fall. Not a certainty, but because they didn't have enough money, what they did was, let's hold this off and keep Barcelona. We can always conquer it in the summer instead of the spring. Let's put all that money to defending. A mistake they did early, a few months back, was to take Miaja, army of the center, and they deployed it here to hold Badajoz area. Okay? And so, because these guys were all up there in the north, and this was pretty safe. As a matter of fact, the Republic even got to Valladolid, and they had that. Mera had conquered all the way up there. So they were pretty safe here, and Madrid was fortified, as indeed it continues to be. So when the North successfully destroyed the armies in the north there, the Republican armies, the northern nationalists turned south and they attacked Madrid. That was Franco, Yagüe, and Italy. Another thing that I forgot to mention, very important, Italy joined the war. So we put that there. Italy actually joined the war, which means that they have faster and more powerful units to be able to support attacks. So that's why we have the Italians here, not the CTV anymore, but the official Italian army. They're there attacking. So because of that, there a lot of force attacked Madrid, and Madrid didn't have enough troops. They had militia and things like that, and so unfortunately, even though it was fortified, Franco was able to take Madrid. Now, the situation is so powerful for the Republicans still, but the problem is that they cannot have both Madrid and Barcelona out of the game. Even though Barcelona is taken not by the nationalists, it's taken by CNT, labor unions. That's untenable. It's the political unrest is too great, and that was because of the mistakes of putting too much, not protecting Madrid, thinking that all the territory that was gained here was enough to hold it. That was the first mistake. The second mistake was not retaking Barcelona right away, putting that money elsewhere. That's how quickly the game could have been lost. I never had this happen before. A series of events. Italy joining the war, Barcelona falling temporarily to the CNT, a civil war within a civil war, and then Madrid falling, which I think it was the third time ever, whenever I play this game, that the nationalists were able to take Madrid. So, but then again, I never really took Miaja out of Madrid before. He was always there, well, protecting that center. So that was, I think the biggest mistake of all was having taken Miaja to support this. You know, we could have lost Badajoz and Extremadura. It would have been better than to lose the game. The good thing is that I have another turn in which to attack, because the victory condition states that if both Barcelona and Madrid are held out of the red player's hands for an entire turn, then that's when he loses. So I lost Barcelona in this turn, but if I end the next turn still with it lost, then that's when the red player loses.